Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another exciting, innovative, and amazing, spectacular, wondrous Propagandacaster. I'm your host, Pearl Dane, the one, the only master of propaganda, hero, psych, defender of the fatherland. Off here to a 1v1 on Crossroads. In the north, it is ZeroCH, or CZ. Xerox, we'll just call them Zero though. Funding for the upper course, Germany, Deutschland. Rolling out here with the... let's just go with 7th Panzerdivision, the Ghost Division with Luftwaffe Ground Forces, Special Operations, and Overwatch. Triple Infantry, west and south, it is Iroha. Fighting for the Red Army, the Soviet Union, Comrade Stalin. Taking on the role here of the glorious 20th Tank Corps with airborne troop tactics, feeding the airdrop weapons, obviously, pair drop heavy machine guns, the Dishka, specifically airborne rally points, guards, airborne troops, and rocket strafes there with infantry and anti-tank bullets there. Double focus there for Zero, and double comms there for Iroha. And as always, a big highly thanks to my patrons and supporters who keep me supported in these times. Big thanks to all of you, you wonderful people. And of course, a big thanks to all of those who donate. You too can join the wonderful, spectacular Wonders ranks. Also, big thanks to Oldenhaller for pledging on Patreon. I've almost forgot that one. Thank you to Oldenhaller. Not to forget your contributions as well. But yeah, pledge on Patreon, donate, links in the description, will make me and the cat wavers very happy. Anyways, and always, comment, like, share, subscribe, press the bell button, all that stuff so the YouTube algorithms don't kick in my door and drag me off to an unspecified black site somewhere in, I don't know, Siberia. So, double focus here for Zero, triple comes there for Iroha. Moving westwards there, centre east as well, so it's more folks in the east. Got sandbags down there, hard work for the Frontovics. Pedro, yes, are these really sandbags? I mean, they look kind of stiff, and we're mostly just piling up dirt and wood anyways. Well, they kind of substitute sandbags. Substitute? Well, yeah, it's just bags with substitute sand. What's substitute sand? Whatever we can find. Oh. Try on the way there for Zero. Schwerer Wehrmacht Snap, another contact there for Iroha. Shots fired here. In the east, folks holding up at the eastern point there. Sandbags disrupted here in the centre by the Germans. See those Nazis there preventing Iroha from laying down some good socialist sandbags down there. Conscript on the west side there. Folks being pushed back. Fourth conscript almost done. More folks coming up here in the centre. Back here we got the truck out there for Zero. And these are the nearest the folks coming in there. Might want to focus those down while they're sitting next to cover. But over there, the opportunity has passed. The window has closed and they're constantly on light cover. The shrubbery. Next one a bit harder to spot and so hit. Folks they're being overwhelmed now, has to retreat in the centre here. More folks coming in there. Basically occupying the single conscript. Pretty good. Then the west side, Sturm punch to the conscripts there. Should be possible in there for the Sturm Pioneers. The conscripts, well, they back off, so that's definitely one for the Sturm Pioneers then. Fourth Volkswagen squad there for Zero. Hard to say what he's planning. Could be Spec Ops, could be Luftwaffe, could be Overwatch. Luftwaffe in particular has been seeing a bit of a resurgence in popularity as people are going, hey, this stuff's great. Conscript on the eastern side, seeing that there's relative resurgence, so going for airborne troops tactics. There's been a period like Got Motor, Got Rifle, and other stuff, but airborne troops sort of seemingly, at least for a period, at least from my perspective, sort of kinda waned off. Now people are like remembering, hang on, this stuff is good, which highlights one thing, which is people have short-term memories. They're quite spectacularly bad at times. Like, you'll just forget something is good after a certain period of time. Back here, reinforcing healing in there for Iroha and the Red Army. Confident to level it out. Fox is flying away there. Up north there, we got the truck ready and waiting to do something there for Zero. Considering the position is probably mechanized. Since I think it'd be closer, placing it close to the base unless it's a rally point. It's not, so yeah. Probably mechanized regiment, although you typically place it inside the base for the medics. Typically that kind of position is more for mechanized regiment because you want a place to repair your tanks more easily at the front line once you get repair pioneers up into the vehicle for that matter. So yeah, mechanized regiment there for Zero. Got the first set of SVT-40s, big airdrop there for Iroha. Fudge Jumper's about to get swarmed, you need to retreat from there. In the centre here, engineers holding up the Germans. Can't easily get close then deal with that due to the flamethrower. Mechanized regiment slowly going up there for Zero. Very slowly. Getting flanked here. Sturm Pines in particular, I think at a high risk getting wiped. He's retreating, but now there's a good chance just him getting focused down here and wiped out. No, focus swarming for the side here. Draws my attention, allowing the Sturm Pines to survive there. Trying to risk it there for Zero. Perhaps missed something there, but you don't have to really deliver a stinging blow to Zero and the Germans in the early game. That said, though, has got pretty good map control here for Zero, partly to get used to the buildings and of course the flamethrower. Mechanized regiment almost down there for Zero. Almost done. Of course, we'll be spotted here by Iroha, so of course he will know about that. We'll have to take measures, and we got Molotovs out there, I believe. No, that's actually an incendiary grenade. Just have to time. It's in the centre here. Almost getting wiped there on Zero, but once more, Zero's luck proves to be fairly formidable. And certainly wasn't able to cut off their Zero's fuel supply either. Bit rubbish there for you. As opposed to troops reinforcing, healing. Might want to take up soon. Engineers being pursued by the Volksgrenadiers. Their K-90K signing off. And we got more S-54s inbound there for the Soviets. Counter they're catching the Volksgrenadiers there, but this forces the conscripts have a definite advantage of the Volksgrenadiers. They've got Crate landing down there and not hitting anyone in the head. Why can't they just deliver it in a normal way? Logistical issues. How is aircraft better than trucks? Well, you know, someone ordered all the trucks in the wrong place, so they have to use aircraft for these things. Oh. Fortunately, East was there. Sandbags in there as well to dig in to make it harder for the Soviets to launch a counterattack. Thumbs up there to Zero. Troops reinforcing healing. Could go for fast looks here versus Iroha, but definitely I think be quite formidable. Iroha is probably going to go for a fast field gun. Expecting such possibility here for Zero. Though again, the question is, does it go for it? Does it go for the more standard Puma? We do get the looks of the Panzer II. Model L. I think that's the final, next to final model of the Panzer II they sort of experimented with. There's also a version for example, that had 80mm of armor. The no improved gun. Grab the western point there. Fun fact, well, the looks tend to draw attention. There's actually a version based on the Czechoslovakian Panzer II that's very similar to the looks. Basically just with a turret similar to the ones with the 2-2 armored car, for example, instead. It's a little fun fact there. East side they got Volksgrenadiers conscripts. Come to the flank with the H-54s. It should be definitely another Volksgrenadiers with their assault rifles up. They simply cannot withstand that. Going for the car pump, but also with the fuel point there. Good fuel focus play there both sides. Worst 54 here for Iroha. Really, it feels like it's been so long. We've just seen some S-54 heavy builds, like, you know, just appearing more regularly. Like, just everyone just stopped doing them for a while, it seems. And now suddenly it's like, again, remember, hang on, these things are good. They shoot more. More bang bang equals more good. T-7 on the way, and that was, of course, by the great American scholar Woody P. Harrelson Bang Bang. Comes with the Storm Pioneers. Looks moving forwards here for Zero. Catching the counter out in the open. Engineers conscripts moving up west side here, folks moving up there, ground the point here, Pierce still holding up there. Using his most depleted foot squad is probably not the wisest move there, since the content better chance of working out there. That said, he can't stick around there for long because the looks could definitely make that a very uncomfortable proposition there, so it could actually risk wiping up. There you go. Folks needs now an attack from other sides, constant engineers counter-attacking here. Others shouting out there, leaning now. And then the target position also got the T-7 rushed out there, but you're actually able to counter the looks here. Pretty nice save there by Iroha then. He's ultimately up the T-7 on the westwards, probably expecting looks to move in there. And looks like he did not pay attention to the point. This actually has not spotted the T-7 moving in there. Will he pursue with the looks nonetheless, hoping to buy time for the Fox to maybe get away, draw, use as bait. But to his great misfortune, Iroha doesn't take the bait. He just goes for the Volkswagen. He's going for a wiping contract and then to tank nades. He's threatening anti-tank nades. Does he have them? He does have them. Mars in a pretty impressive bluff. Really ballsy one too. But yeah, Luke's going to get flanked with the T7. Country could also flank off here. Running hard to get out of there. There we go. This is really up there for Zero now. Yeah, we're going to tank grenade off. Realmate exposed to the T7 as well. Does pursue the finish off here. He has the, I think, golden opportunity to do so. T7 on there. This is going to be a huge blow there to Zero. He is going for the Puma, but still losing Luke so fast is still a rather significant tactical win there for Iroha, which could have an impact on the strategic level as well there, at least short term. Pantherfaust does benefit from pursuing there due to the possibility of Academy after just the Puma soon hitting. He doesn't quite know what the timings are, but still. Almost got the looks there. Plus he got a wipe there on Zero. Definitely pretty good at that set. Zero's been making good progress elsewhere and still grabbing good map, digging in there. 2 thumbs up to Zero. Good stalwart play there. Full support level being wiped out. Getting repair, Pioneers also with the repairs. Very good there. Grab the carve points. A lot of action here, a lot of maneuver. Really great stuff here. Troops reinforcing healing for Iroha. And looks, of course, in bad need repairs.
The sector is at risk.
Puma's heading out there for Zero, the 234-2 heavy armored car. Fulton forms into the conscripts. T-7 sniping off there on the Fult's going to be it. Brandhand now there, go great hit there. T-7 taking us from the Puma. going to move some troops to block off the pursuit there. We're probably going for a field gun soon. Comes with the forces from the east. At range, the conscripts should have the advantage of the forces in the assault rifle. There you go. 6 kills, Vetsy 2. Looks there is slowly getting ready once more here for Zero. And we get Luftwaffe ground forces calling in some fighters to make us a problem to help make up for the losses. Of course, add some more infantry, which can fight the semi-automatic rifle equipped Soviet infantrymen a bit more efficiently. Obviously, particularly once they get upgraded with FT-42. Looks through the center, not fully repaired, but so decides this is no time for waiting, for dilly-dallying. It is time for shooting socialists. Charges in there. Getting a bit more bold, knowing he has the Puma to back it up. He charges in a bit more aggressively, though of course that's a positional field gun, so needs to be careful not he doesn't get too bold here versus Iroha. That could easily backfire on him in a spectacular manner. T-7 taking hit from the Puma. 6 kills, halfway to SNE2. 5 being shot clearly by the conscripts. Almost half health. Puma T-7 looks backing off there. Need to grab that fuel point fast. I think maybe we'll like rush in the cut-off point first. By the way, CIS 3 divisional field gun out there for Iroha. Going back to the car on the west to get the western fuel point of this control once. Well, connected again. Looks there, 8 kills, veterans you won. Field gun ready. This is 3 divisional field gun. Also known as the Ratschbum by the sound made according to the Germans. So they called it the Ratschbum, the Germans, not the Soviets. Good hit on the CIS of Puma there. The CIS 3 was apparently also favored by its gunners due to its fairly good mobility, but it had fairly low armor penetration compared to, shall we say, other anti-tank guns in its class. That is the same class in the class there. And for example, couldn't like penetrate the frontal armor of a Panther or Tiger tank even at close ranges, I believe. So it did see some issues there. Little fun fact there. Give some way there for Iroha. Puma flying back. Well, if of course, the Germans captured a lot of CIS 3 division field guns and would equip a lot of their divisions with them, so of course they couldn't produce enough Cat 40s and whatnot. And a bunch of them were in fact also used to equip Marder tank resources. Specifically, I believe there's the Marder 2 series, which saw a large proportion of CIS 3 divisional field guns mounted on them. I believe they'll rechamber to use German ammunition. Maybe also fully rifled or something like that, I don't know. An additional fun side note about that, once the British first time encountered those Marder 2s in North Africa, they actually thought the Germans had managed to self-propel the Flak 88 for some reason. So, little fun side note there. Might have been due to, I suppose, the sound there again, the CIS gun made, perhaps. Anyway, see something fixed up there. Also, fun fact, Marder 2s were in fact based off in part the Panzer 2 chassis. So, and they'll note there. Following that Foxman as well there, backing up there. Constantly being bombarded here by the Puma, 234-2. In the far east, we've got folks going up, sneaking up there. Bagger base, nothing going there for Iroha. Got one conscript bar that's not been upgraded. We do get the disco heavy machine gun for some added anti-infantry punch. Plus, you know, can punch some holes in certain light vehicles, though not the type of light vehicles that Zero is likely to be used for the most part. Maybe the Puma bit, but looks is going to have a much harder time getting penetrated. Folks are fighting in there. Might want to take out himself soon. There you go. We get valiant assault. 2 thumbs up here for Zero. Great stuff there. Such an overlooked ability. But there you go. Well timed. He disrupts and completely catches Iroha wrong footed. The conscript there shot to ribbons here. As Zero urges men forward for the glory of Deutschland. Looks at tank from the other side here. A devastating assault here. Fox almost wiped out. The knees being routed. Corpses littering the streets here. But no. The Lux is about to get wiped at this rate. Puma could make tremors in the conscript. They're closing wiped out here. Foxman's not assisting. Coming for the wipe there. Lost the Lux. Sorry about that. Puma pursuing the T-70. Almost got it. Puma's ready. 2 T-70s ace level. There we go. Gets the Puma. Disc opening up the conscripts. Or the Foxes wiping them out there. Heavy destruction on both sides. I'm not entirely sure it came out of that one entirely ahead, but I think it's actually Zero because he still has more infantry. That was, plus he's got both fuel points, and this guy has not been great at getting back the eastern fuel point. That said he might be able to have a chance of doing that, but still, good God, that was just an absolute slaughter. Heavy losses on both sides, but again, Zero might just come hit slightly there because again he actually got some wipes in there. And because he's got more infantry now in total, plus he's got the Fallschirmjägers. Whereas Iroha still actually has conscripts. In fact, lost one of his upgraded conscript swords. Shot on the way, the Zero's going to take up. Iroha meanwhile yet to take out there. Disco setting up in the centre. So that was really well done there by Zero. That was well timed. Could have been executed perhaps a bit better. Could actually, I think, possibly broken Iroha there, I think, if it had been. But for the most part, well done job there by Zero. Well done. 154 just finding a way the Zero to the final conscript squad there. Of course, wants to take up. And possibly at some point want to consider some guards airborne troops that they could provide him with a sturdy assault element to help further push through the German infantry support weapons if they have any left. Don't go really Raketen ever. Ground the western victory point. Constantly back there, discoming force off flanking the Falcons and heavy cover. Trucking ahead there for Zero. Bannon going out there in Disca. Still seems like he's forgotten about these entirely, which is a bit interesting. He needs the west needs to retreat here. Really should grab these fuel point, at least the cut-off point. This definitely feels a bit worrying there by Iroha. I think, slightly larger tactical, if not strategic issue. There you go. Schwerpunkt caught on the cut-off point. Could theoretically disrupt this. Theoretically, but seems like he's not interested in that. Blend cover off there. So looks like the Schwerpunkt caught go off there. Good there for Zero. Missed him, I think, by Iroha possibly, though that's hit without the field and close. It probably would have been a lot harder. Going for the cut point, at least let's grab the fuel pump at the same time. So there you go, Schwerpunkt quarters almost. I mean, he's actually doing some light damage to it, and we do get some guards airborne troops out of Iroha, adding the PPH-41s. So cancel it for the triple DPs. Lovely. That said, he should still consider taking up soonish, but having some elite infantry out there to counter his opponent's elite infantry, and just have a more mobile base of fire compared to the heavy machine gun team. I think it's going to be pretty good if Iroha. Triple D light machine guns is, well, quite good. It's also the only unit that can upgrade triple light machine guns. As such. And this range is with triple bars, but I know called the bar light machine gun in the center of the DP and all the other things there. So. Anyways, that's more for a bit. Graham needs some fuel per neck. Pulse pushing ahead here. Come to there, routed. And go triple DPs up there on the guardsman. Fine way there, unleashing a torrent of lead and the Fultz Grenadiers. Unfortunately, they're being blasted there behind the heavy cover. Jürgen drops dead. Fultz about to flank in there though. Back here to reinforcement. Got the tech up, finds well for Iroha. Thumbs up, next to rush out T-34 from the 6. A rush and rush at the 17-18 minute mark. That's not much of a rush. Unless you're maybe a sloth. 4 kills on the guards airborne. Fultz is fighting moving eastwards, guards moving west, guards airborne moving westwards. Punching the Fultz in the calf point. Flanking up again. Now, they could get a bit active there for this hero. He was too slow to react here to the rather guards airborne. Comes over to the Fultz, a lot of them. You've got Fultz running, could have got, of course, upgrading with the FT-42s. Of course, might be seeing missions for other things. Being pushed out in the open. Fultz got wiped out, in fact. And routed. Mechanized armor company there up. Can. Oh, another anti-assault here, another swarm of bashing from the machine gun. Sadly, is being blocked by the hedges. The gunner is apparently not the smartest amongst the bunch there. He's not the splashiest Sputnik in the, I don't know, laboratory. Still bombarding. Routed there, can go for the T-Fit from 6 now. Pentagon on the way there for Zero. Strong push here by Zero, completely confounding it. I would really punish him for just, yeah, not paying attention to the shrubberies. Guards having the doing what they can, but a bit outgunned. And again, could try maybe using a strafing run here, pop a grenade, but no, ends up retreating. Still, oh, there we go, going for the T-34 from 6. But unfortunately for Iroha, Zero in this case will actually get out the Panther for a bit ahead there with Iroha. That's going to be significantly there for Zero. Back here to reinforcing. Grabbing the western field point over the engineers. Grabbing the eastern field point over the Fultz Grenadiers. Ooh, close quarters barrage here. Didn't quite hit anything. Except the sandbags. Reinforcing healing. Panzer 4 Molgier ready there for Zero and the 7th Panzer Division. Round lost some point there. A lot of exchange of fuel points there between the two players. Lots of exchanges. Continues right about the Fultons. Panzer 4 moving ahead here. T-34-6 down for Iroha.
Enemy forces are neutralizing a sector.
Going for the carve point. Fultons the route it.
Relay orders. Target secured. Still in contact. This is what we're trained for.
Panzer 4 moving about, aiming the pin should enter the pin like machine gun 2. That of course might be seeing ammunition for more variant assaults or simply for the airborne assault. At this stage, so still, adding the pinlock machine to the Panzer 4 is just typically a good investment. I find it really does add a nice bit of firepower to it. Okay, that was a great hit. Half the comms got wiped out there. He is going to need another field gun here versus Zero at this rate. He may also want to consider mortar, to be honest. Again, maps like Crossroads are again quite good for artillery, so a mortar would be a very good investment here for Iroha. Katyusha, of course, is more likely what he's planning, but honestly, I think mortars tend to get overrated a lot, underrated a lot, overrated, but underrated, the opposite of overrated. As they do require a bit more effort, but at the same time, I feel like they're just more consistent, has less downtime, and they're just more flexible, which, in my opinion, just tend to make mortars more, you know, handy tool. Plus, they cost less, so they also just cost efficient as hell. But again, the Katyusha at least is fairly good as rocket artillery. There we go, now the man assault again, Watchbook on the flank against Iroha, 2 flanked up to Zero. Really consistent. That is his 3rd time using Band Assault here. And he continues to have an impact, but this time around, the Iroha's ready. This time, the Dishka is ready to stop such an advance there. Panzer gets the fielding crew there. Troops right about the Dishka. Good hits here. Fultons being absolutely decimated by the Soviets and forced to retreat here. Darts back here, troops reinforcing. Can soon go for another T-34, but again, might be planning Katyusha. Could also be planning issue 5 here versus Zero. I mean, technically all 3 options here are viable for different reasons. They're going on the T-34-6 again, middle ground, but also just the one way you can just get the most out. The fastest build up a significant Soviet armored force that could threaten to overrun Zero, so I definitely like that one. Continuing about here. I'll have to see how Zero responds to a tide of socialist armor. Also, Zero starting to get more map control back here versus Zero. Victory point was actually pretty close now. Iroha's definitely starting to stabilize, and playing to that one strength, which is you can get a lot of T-34s very fast. And if you lose one, you can still replace it very fast. So depending how well you make use of your T-34s from 6s, you can actually end up in a really strong position. They can also just lay down a lot of firepower, which is in particular great versus infantry. Like some T-34s just firing at infantry can quickly cause significant casualties. Partly due to the high accuracy of the gun, but also just the machine gun. The whole machine gun also has higher stats compared to the whole machine gun, so it can really decimate infantry as well. Sandbags there in the centre. We've got the west side there with the infantry. East side we got another small infantry squad being set up, possibly as scouts. Still machine the Panther 4. Again, he seems more confident just using the munitions of Van Assault, which at least, you know, I can understand. I mean, Van Assault is a great ability, and certainly used properly, again, will definitely get you a lot more value out than just, you know, putting one machine the Panther 4 like me will. So, you know, I'm giving a pass here, but I would still, you know, recommend a Pinlock machine in most cases. But, you know, if you're using it in munitions for stuff like Van Assault, again, you get a pass. You get a pass. Sort of. You still get a comment, but you know, you're allowed to pass through. So there you go, 2 T-34s ready. In fact, could go for a 3rd one in a matter of moments. We also, of course, got the rocket run here ready, so soon could see a devastating assault here from Iroha on Zero. Just walks up to your handler, grabs the eastern point here. Iroha's looking increasingly very strong, very firmly entrenched. That's going to make it much harder for Zero, who does not have a, like, so say, great sleeve of suite of combined arms elements, not sleeve. Pant before they're striking off or starting the shots from the T-56, a kid from again for Zero, and the glorious Red Army. Glorious. West side here, folks, was right. Got the Foxman Court ambushing there. Go another Panther for Zero. There we go. 30-34 from 6 on there for Iroha. Field on the move. Might want to reinforce that. Could at least just consider merging some concepts with it. Going for the Foxman. It's a great hit there. Just half the squad gone. The other half almost dead as well. A puncturing blow there from Iroha's T-34 from 6. His tank is giving Zero's infantry nightmares. T-34 going for the Panther 4 there. Looks like his Centrum team's going for it there. I think actually at this point he could probably take out the Schwer Panther cores, maybe at least attempt to. Might be a bit risky, but good payoff. This jump has been now hammered there. The machine guns just doing a lot of damage from the T-34 from the 6. Filling on the spot there. Good hit on the Panther 4. Second one almost done. T-34 needs to get to safety. Schwer Panther core saying some light damage. Will he continue to keep it up there? Not being hammered here by the T-34 from 6. Routed. Great hit there. 7 kills. Veterans 1. Continent. The Schwer Panther core is now opening up in the country long to be shot at by the field gun if it shoots, which it doesn't for some reason. Third T-34's arrived here for Iroha. Backs off. Right now, Iroha's in a really strong position versus Zero. Again, those T-34s just represent so much firepower here compared to like Zero's 2 Panther, which is also a good deal of firepower, but versus infantry, the 3 T-34s from the 6 is just, in terms of like just overall volume, a lot more and can just absolutely tear through Zero's infantry if it's not careful. Even support weapons can quickly get like cleared out, but 3 T-34s from 6 is placing with the main guns and the whole machine guns. Whew. A lot of information to part off. There we go. Discord set up here. Troops caught routed. Ground Western Point here. Looks like Iroha's going to go for a strike here at Zero. Almost caught here. Getting hammered and he's ramming the Panther 4 there. Calling it straight and run here. They need to be careful to get caught up by the building. Other teams are rushing in there. And the most of the strife there gets caught up with the building as well. T-64 takes heavy damage. Field gun not following up here. Infantry's not following up here. The field gun moved too far ahead. There was a miscommunication there by Iroha, and the field gun practically got wiped out here. 2 T-34s down. Didn't get a single Panther 4. Didn't get the Schwer Panther quarters. Oh. Additionally, he could have followed up with infantry since like they're drawn away attention from the Schwer Panther quarters. So that was not a good attack there by Iroha. Definitely not a good attack. This is also where a mortar would have been great since it could just use to smoke up some positions. So yeah, it was costly there for Iroha. Again, attacking I think was not a bad idea, but the full supporting elements were not present, which was crucial. Another option could also be next to charging in here, try to get troops inside the base right there. That could also be an option there for Iroha to consider, but yeah, that sort of attack there would have been much better off again, better coordinated. Again, the field had been opening up, people didn't actually should have just focused down, ignored the Panther force, just blast the Schwer Panther quarters, then backed off, and maybe used the mortars to just smoke the area around here. I think it's a much better attack, more limited in the scope perhaps, but I think would have much more guaranteed success. Would have forced Zero then to push past the smoke screen and possibly risk losing units. Would likely down the Schwer Panther quarters and would have much fewer casualties for Iroha in return. I mean, he's obviously got 2 field guns, still can get more T-34s easily, but still, that was rather costly for no real payoff.
Ready for further orders.
So not advisable there from Iroha, to be honest. And if, yeah, we got smoke bombs down here, a bit mistimed. Still, smoke is pounding attack, great thing. He's caught big down mine, set off there. No one killed from that. It was the Panther 4, like doing the damage there. Got a sack going in here. Dishka there could try and deal with some of it, but also note the way he's lining up a bit better compared to with Iroha's attack in return. Kept moving in there. Panther 4 move up and pushed out. Panther 4 on one side, Panther 4 on the other side, perhaps. Could have caused an army not done the smoke screen. Could actually combine the smoke bombs with the Vanguard Assault here, I think very strong push here versus Iroha. If Zero does that, be very impressive there. Guards haven't ridden with the Volksmagers, that's the 3 they gain. Volks coming up, going to mine though. Attack is very slowly happening, but it's certainly a bit better coordinated with infantry armored elements here for Zero. Still feel like abilities here could be used a bit more actively. And again, smoke bombs here, boom, would close out the field guns and leave the front line more exposed. I couldn't think I also allowed the Vanguard Assault to then go through with the infantry. Panther 4 push back, going to the eastern car front here. Truck out. Guessing a setup for the Battle Headquarters. May not be for King Tiger at this point, to be honest. I don't think King Tiger would be very useful here for Zero. good, but I think Iroha had too much time to recover, build up a significant tank fleet again. But worth noting, Iroha is not building more tanks at the moment, not even going for Initiative 5, so on touch with the planning, maybe they could choose a rocket launcher. I could see that happening.
The sector is at risk.
Got Fulton caught with the T-34 from 6. Initiative 5 there for Iroha, so didn't go for that one. Sneak up the eastern side. Panzer's engineers. Comes as the Sturmpioniere. Which what have we done there for Iroha? Laying down some mines, and these we got guardsmen. There's the Panzer 4. Should let the pin machine still, but again he's using this and other things more actively. So again, giving it a pass, but still would recommend it eventually. Particularly he has so much munitions floating about, but again he might at this point planning for the airborne assault, which is less amazing. Guards able to catch them fighting in the bad spot. T-34 joining in. Ooh, both feel good shooting and none of them hitting. In the east side, he's just making good progress. Iroha has 2 folks on the west side. This is start to perhaps the bigger battle here. We got 237 to 335. Folks from Steel Pine charging the machines in ascending and suppressed. Handful striking east here. Getting a bit dicey there. Force Iroha, another shot there fired. Cool, execute orders. What orders? You know, it's orders. What orders? You're supposed to give us to them. You know, kill Russians. Vienna tanks. Those are not the orders you need to give us. Oh, shut up. Fox around it. Panful chance from the center here. Try to caught him in an awkward spot. Could go for light infinite guns here. Actually, that'd be quite helpful, I think, here. Versus Iroha's current density of support weapons. We got these inside. Oh, they're all bunched up on front. Panther gets a great hit. Good chunk of the unit there just got decimated. 3 men dead in the shrubbery. East side here, full total invicted point. We got 237 to 315. West side here, got guards ground lost in the fuel point. In these conscripts, the engineers. Oh, folks, engineers. Those are not conscripts. Well, technically, folks, engineers were kind of conscripts, but that's another story. Folks, fighting from the about here. Panther's point coming far. Then mine goes off on the T-34 from 6. Doesn't set it off on the T-34. Engineers watch more loss of Iroha. Conscripts being routed here. Pressures are mounting on Iroha. Can Iroha overcome this and turn the game around? Still not going for more armor. Still got resources for more T-34s or something like that. There we go. Another one there, folks, was routed. Western fuel plant being seized with the guards airborne, almost done. No response here from Zero as of yet. Failed being locked for the center here by Iroha and the glorious Red Army. Pan folding back here for Zero. Morton away for Iroha, finally bringing in some light artillery, but again could have done so much sooner. Guardsmen as the Fultoners, the Fultoners are routed with ease by the guards airborne. Then the Panzer IV arrives, at which point they're not so confident. Mortar finally arriving here for Iroha and the Red Army. Grabbing the eastern field point. Another Panzer IV for Zero. Yeah. Still Panzer IV thinks a lot more effective than, you know, waiting forever for a King Tiger. Panzer IV is almost taken out. But a good push here. Using smoke bombs and I think some other bits that could be very punishing here for Iroha to deal with. Very punishing. Keep getting Panther faster. Okay, but sneaking up, can't quite land the hit of the Iroha's armor. You got 237 to 289. Panther on the move. Getting up initially 5. Shot from blast. There's a good airborne assault here from Zero. And huge concentration to make much more effective. Panther force moving in there, disrupting there. Go complete chaos here for Iroha. The assault is onwards. Infantry blasting away through certain lines. Panic sets in. Chaos, confusion reigns. dogs have all been let loose, and they're clearly German shepherds. Infantry's being decimated, support weapons annihilated, tanks being punched whole of holes. At this rate, you'll be able to use that T-34-6 in a punch cart machine. Tanks moving in, they're nice, and infantry's mopped up the initial line of resistance. Panther Force moving to mob up the remainders there. We can use some blitzkrieg assaults, I think. More infantry arriving, backing off a bit there, but still looking pretty rough here and grim for Iroha. Transport about being wiped out. Infantry being cut to ribbons here under the ruthless supervision of Zero. This machine gun wiped. Ken was moving up here, field gun there. Still a bend. Ken moving up, could hit on the T-34-6. I feel like at this point he could just charge in with the Panther Force, like pull off a good blitzkrieg, blaze right past the field guns and tank destroyers, just completely destroy Iroha here. It seems like Zero is feeling a little less of that blitzkrieg spirit than me. I'm going to off then the Volksjägers.
The enemy is encroaching on our territory.
Fine way there. Panther Force on the move. Shots fired there, stuff exploding. Mostly just environment stuff though. Counterattacks down to explode as well. This Panther Force lands some great hits there. At this point it looks pretty bad for Iroha, trying to grab the field and the Panther Force just tank through them. I feel like again this could have been perhaps over a few minutes early with a bit more aggressive play there by Zero. In for the conscripts, on the scout them. Infantry's just being decimated, cut to ribbons. Jump out, pushing it, folks back up, Panther on the move. HD5 tanks are gone. And with that, Iroha surrenders. A loss here for the Red Army, a victory for Zero, a victory for Deutschland. A nice fight here on Crossroads. Hope you enjoyed. I hope you learned something fun. Please subscribe, like, share, comment on it. Tell friends, tell family. Don't tell enemies. This has been Pure Links. Cheers. Thank you for watching. Hope you all tomorrow again for another episode. Bye.